Yo, welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. Dustin sitting here at Nameco. We're just going to wrap up the starting pitchers tiers and go through tiers 6 through 10. We start out with number 27, Matt Garza. A little bit unlucky last year. He had an ERA under 4, but had a losing record. Hopefully he can get a little bit more run support this year and turn those wins around for you. Number 28, we got Brandon Webb. Obviously, injury last year, but if he can go anywhere close to his 08 numbers, you're going to love where you can get this guy in the draft. Great risk-reward type player. Number 29, Scott Baker with the Twins. We loved him coming into last year, but he got off to a slow start. But if you look at him post-All-Star break, the guy was amazing. Number 30, one of my favorite sleepers, Feliz with Texas.
Shut up about him.
I love him. You know, in 31 innings last year, 39 strikeouts with a whip of about .6. Now, there's a chance he starts the year in the bullpen, but that's just because they're going to be a little cautious with him because they do think he could be one of their franchise pitchers moving forward. Great risk-reward, great sleeper late in the draft. Number 31, we got Jurgens with Atlanta. Now, his numbers are pretty solid last year, but we don't really like how many walks he gives up or his K to innings pitched ratio. We're just a little weary about him, but we do think he could have a solid year. And the last two guys, we got John Lackey with Boston and Dempster with Chicago. Both these guys, veteran guys, on good teams. They could give you good strikeout totals and good win totals.
Tier 7 starts with number 34, A.J. Burnett. Now, he did exactly what we thought he would last year, about a 4 ERA, good K, and good win count for the Yankees. Next on the list is Carlos Zambrano. We almost feel he's more of a name at this point, but he'll probably give you a sub 4A and a decent K count. At 36, we have Roy Oswalt. Age kind of caught up with him last year, but we're not ready to write him off just yet. At number 37, we have Max Scherzer. Now he's playing with Detroit. He's a great young arm. He really has potential for a great breakout year. Last season, he had over a K per inning pitched. Another good young arm is Clay Buchholz for Boston. He also has the chance for a breakout year, so keep an eye on him. At number 39, we have Francisco Liriano. We've heard the reports he's playing amazing in the Dominican League, but we've heard that before. He's always an injury risk at this point now, it seems. However, he's a great gamble for where you can get him in your draft.
All right, let's take a look at Tier 8, and we start with two younger guys that still have a chance of having breakout years, and they're going to give you solid value for where you can get them in the draft. We got Jared Weaver and Kevin Slowey. We like both of these guys this year as late-round gambles. Next, we got two guys who you know what you're going to get out of them, and that's James Shields and John Danks. You know, we wouldn't be surprised if they give you a sub-4 ERA, but just don't expect huge numbers out of them. Number 44, we got Rick Porcello. You know, young, decent arm. You're going to hear a lot about this guy, and you're even going to see him ranked a lot higher than this, but we just don't fully understand it just yet. You know, he has good upside, but with only 90 Ks and 170 innings last year, that just doesn't scream dominant pitcher to us. But the next guy, number 45, Rich Harden, is a dominant pitcher when healthy. Last year in 141 innings, he had 171 strikeouts. That's just ridiculous. He's out with Texas now, but you know the story with Harden. If he can stay healthy, he's going to play well, but more than likely, he's not going to stay healthy.
At number 46, we have J.A. Happ of the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, some people might think he should be a little bit higher, but after the All-Star break, opponents batted .263 against him, so we really don't trust that sub-3 ERA. At 47, we have Tim Hudson. In limited innings, he showed that he still might have a little bit in the tank. Next, we have Edwin Jackson. He's now playing in Arizona, and last season for Detroit, he really came out hot out of the gate, but he did fall back down to reality. Maybe he can bottle that great beginning and take it to Arizona with him. Next, we have Kuroda. Now, his second half was really quite decent, actually, so we don't expect huge things out of him, but he might be a quality, sneaky good pitcher late. And next we have Randy Wells, one of our favorite sleepers. This youngster for the Chicago Cubs showed a lot of promise and could be a steal late in your draft. Another steal is number 51, Ben Sheets. Now obviously a lot older than Randy Wells, but he's found a new home in Oakland, and it might just rejuvenate him enough to be a gamble and a good late round pick for you.
All right, let's head into our last tier, and we start with Steven Strasburg. We had to talk about him at some point. More than likely, he's going to start the season in the minors, so if you draft him, just be ready to wait him out. You know, it's probably going to be a couple months at least, but you might get rewarded after that time. Number 53, we got Brian Mattis with Baltimore. Another young guy with a big upside. We really like this guy, and he's at least going to start the league in the majors, which is a plus. So you might want to take a gamble at this guy late in the draft. Next, we got two White Sox who aren't going to give you much value, but they could give you decent picks late in the draft. And we got Mark Buehrle and Gavin Floyd, couple of veterans, could give you a sub-4 ERA. Number 56, we got David Price, one of the biggest busts so far in the last few years as far as pitchers goes. He's just never lived up to the hype, and don't be surprised if he has another bad season, but worth a gamble in the late rounds. Another guy worth a gamble is John Smoltz. Out with the Cardinals now. He's going to be on a good team. They should be able to give him some run support. Who knows? He might have a little bit left in the tank. And another guy who was a big disappointment, just like Price was, is Jabba Chamberlain. This guy has been hyped up so much over the last few years, just hasn't lived up to it. But these are guys that are great to take gambles on late in the draft just to see what happens. So that's it for starting pitchers. Be sure to check out all of our other tiers and rankings videos, and we do have a top 150 cheat sheet on our website, FantasySmackDalk.com. Perfect thing to print off and have during your draft. We really think it'll help. That's it for this episode. I'm Dustin. This is Brent. We'll see you next time.